So I just wanted to share how an alternative way to test a head gasket to see if it's leaking. You'll need a compressed air source for this and a engine pressure tester. I'm going to use a leak down tester that's going to basically just the sole purpose of that is just so that I have a regulator and that I can bring the air pressure up slowly in case if the piston starts to move, I can shut the air source down. So basically what I do here is I have a rod. It's a long 1/4 inch extension, and I put it into whichever cylinder is coming up on the compression stroke. I just use it as an identifier, but you want to get the piston into top dead center, and it has to be like pretty close to top dead center because we're going to put full air pressure in there. So if it's off just a little bit, it will move the engine, and that's why I have a adjustable pressure regulator. And so this is hooked up to our air source, and this is a leak down tester that I built, but I'll cover this in a different video. But and then it just connects to a compression tester hose, and then this will be set up for the cylinder. So there's multiple thread adapters that you add on. The one thing that you need to do though, to do this test correctly, and for any leak down tester as well, there's a Schrader valve in the tip of the hose, and you need to remove it. So we just use a Schrader core tool remover, and this is the Schrader, so you just pull that out. And then this is the threaded adapter that we're going to use for this engine. So you just thread this on. You make sure your O-rings are sitting in there right, and always good to put a little bit of dielectric grease there as well. You want to make sure this is pretty snug so that way it doesn't stay in the cylinder head. But and we'll hook this up here. But basically what you're going to do is there's only going to be one cylinder on the compression stroke at top dead center. The other cylinder, one of the valves will be open, so it won't you can't test two cylinders at once. But basically you thread this in, and hook this up. I like to have a wrench set up on the harmonic dampener down here, and as soon as I start to crack this, and I'm not going to do it because I don't want to run the air compressor, but as soon as I crack it, I'll slowly bring up the air pressure, and if I feel any movement on the wrench that's connected to the crank, I'll close the air pressure and make a slight adjustment, or I'll spin around again. If I went too far, you don't want to spin the motor backwards. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to put full pressure into the cylinder, so like 100, 120 psi. You could go up to 150, 175 if you have one of those types of compressors, but you want to make sure your radiator is full. And if you have a bad head gasket, you'll start to see bubbles in the radiator. And that's a way that you can diagnose a bad head gasket.